What's going on, my friend? It's Jeff Newport from ChasingStrength.com. And this video is going to be super important for you to watch if you did not see the results you expected from your kettlebell workouts in 2024. All right, so let's dive in here. A little story for you. The past 3 years or so, I've used the last month of the year, 6 weeks of the year, heading into my birthday, which is at the end of the year, to hunt and conquer new PRs or personal records. And 2024 was no different for me, but obviously not everybody, and probably you, since you're watching this video, experiencing that, all right? In fact, many guys look back over the previous year, this time of year, right, the beginning of the year, and are disappointed by their lack of progress, right? They got the same weight, the same waist measurements, maybe a little more, same strength levels, plus or minus, maybe a little less if they're honest with themselves, and they wonder what went wrong and how they can do things different this year, all right? And of course, that's assuming that they don't get discouraged and quit altogether. Now, hopefully that's not you, and I'm betting it's not since you're actually watching this video. So that is why I wanted to show you this email that I got a while back from one of my customers named Cutter. Okay, we're going to throw this email up here on the screen. It's highlighted. We're going to read through it just to prove a very important point. Okay, we're going to especially pay attention to the highlighted parts. All right, you can see, it's addressed to me. Thank you for high quality emails and your exceptional programs. Here are 2 testimonials for you. One for the Giant and one for King-Sized Killer. So before finding your program in the Easter of 2022, I'd come off a near 3-month run to Dan John's 500 swings a day program, which is brutally hard, by the way. Kettlebell swings developed my midsection musculature like nothing else, and I was eager to find another program that allowed me to grow some upper body musculature, all right? Influenced by this article on mythical strength, I was initially skeptical of the results I could get with only 30 minutes of weight training only 3 times a week. Very common idea, right, that most guys have, right? It's more is better. All right, now here's where it gets interesting. Due to my career in the Navy, I ran the program with a good deal of calisthenics and running baked into my days about 3 times a week. I took seriously your challenge to see how long I could stay focused on the program without shifting to another. In the year and a half I ran the program, I went from clean and pressing double 50-pound kettlebells for sets of 5, 20 times in 30 minutes, to clean and pressing with some leg drive, double 85-pound dumbbells for sets of 8, 13 times, okay, or 13 sets in 30 minutes. And just think about that, from 50 pounds per hand to 85 pounds per hand. That is a significant improvement. Here's what Cutter said. In that time, my upper back and traps exploded, and my arms and chest filled out my t-shirts in ways they never had before. After years of going to the gym, I finally looked like I lifted. These results came despite the interrupted sleep, poor nutrition, and stress that comes with serving in the military. Thank you. All right, so that's the Giant, which is a clean and press program, okay? Just 3 times a week, poor sleep, poor nutrition. You can see his results. Now, King-Size Killer is a snatch program, and this is what he says. After the year and a half long go at the Giant, I was feeling pretty gassed on the clean and press and looking for something else. My wife and I were going on a religious pilgrimage on the Portuguese route of Camino de Santiago, and I was looking for something to work on my conditioning. I've been curious about your King-Size Killer after testimonials that I'd seen on the Strong First forums. With a month and a half of preparation, I made it through phase 1 and phase 2 of 1.0 with a 70-pound kettlebell. Nice. Our pilgrimage was a couple of weeks of walking 250 kilometers through the mountainous countryside of northern Portugal and Galicia. The year prior, we'd hiked up Old Rag in the Shenandoah with the group, and I was one of the slowest ones. I left the experience gassed and nearly swore off hiking altogether. This time, other than the soreness that came with walking 12 hours a day with 10 kilos strapped on my back, I flew up the mountains and hills, and I had to stop for breath at times. And while I had to stop for breath at times, my tank didn't get empty. All right. Thank you for both of your programs. They really work. All right. So as I said, you can see that Cutter used the Giant on top of a less than optimal work schedule, only, right, the proverbial only in air quotes, 3 times a week, and reported the following. Let's just recap and review, okay, unless you think it can't work for you. Clean and press went from double 50s for 20 sets of 5 or 100 reps in 30 minutes to double 85s for 13 sets of 8 in 30 minutes. Now, I could pause and do the math, but I'm not going to, because that is a significant increase, okay, not only in weight, but in output per training session per workout. Okay. This is one of the best parts. I mean, if that's not good enough, right? Just think about that. Imagine yourself almost doubling the amount of weight that you clean and press in an 18-month period. Okay. But if that's not good enough, I love what Cutter said. He said, my upper back and traps exploded. My arms and chest filled out my t-shirts in ways they never had before. And after years of going to the gym, I finally looked like I lifted. Okay. And this is, we think that we got to get everything perfect. Cutter makes a point of pointing out these results came despite the interrupted sleep, poor nutrition, and the stress that comes with serving in the military. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that is absolutely super impressive, and and certainly some of the best results I have seen to date from anybody using the Giant. Now, why? Because he just kept going. All right. And I'm betting, if I'm a gambling man, and I'm not, but if I were, I'd be willing to bet you would like to see results similar to that, right? Now, what if you were just interested in your conditioning? Well, as you can see, Cutter made it through 6 weeks of king size killer using a 70-pound or 32-kilo kettlebell. And as a result, he was able to walk 12 hours a day, 250 kilometers over the course of a couple weeks, wearing 22 pounds or a 10-kilo ruck with no problem. Like he said, I flew up the mountains and hills. So look, if you want to see better results in 2025 than you did in 2024, why not just bite the bullet and commit to using a professionally designed program without changing it or adding to it and actually see what happens, right? If programs like the Giant and King Size Killer can work for Cutter, a career Navy man with an imperfect schedule, why wouldn't they work for you, right? Okay. Obviously, I think that's a loaded question and you know the answer to that. All right. If you're interested in the Giant or King Size Killer, I will leave links to them in the video description below this video. All right. If you like this video, click the like button, smash the subscribe button, share it with a friend, family member who you think needs some help, right? And leave me a comment in the comment section below. Until next time, my friend, stay strong.